Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 9. All right now peeps, listen. Salt Lake City is really heating up. It really is. I do have to say up front, I am sick of Lisa Barlow. I just want to put that out there. I am sick of this woman. This is not the Lisa Barlow show. But she is very entertaining. She has given us Housewife Unhinged, and I'm here for it. And Monica is coming across like the Salt Lake City version of Jen from Jersey. I mean, she is fast, quick-witted, fly at the mouth. I'm just saying, they are entertaining me. I was thoroughly entertained. Anyway, let's get into the show. So Monica meets up with Angie at this really beautiful bakery. Everything was pink. They had cake, they had cupcakes, they had smoothies. Yeah, I would just be in a diabetic coma by the time I left out of that place, but it was absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, Angie just gets right down to it. She tells her that she's very upset about her spreading rumors about her husband. And she tells Angie, listen, I brought it directly to you, and she did. However, as a friend, I would prefer you bring it to me off camera, one-on-one, not on camera at an event where all the rest of the girls feel as if it's their business to, stand around and listen. Then Angie was saying, well, you went back to Lisa and you told Lisa that the rumor was that my husband was sleeping with other men. He had boyfriends who said the sex was good. And she tried to say that she didn't say that. Well, she did say it. She just didn't say it the way Lisa conveyed it. Lisa delivered the message a little different than the way Monica said it. As a friend, that's something else that you don't do. You're propelling this rumor and you're putting a little extra razzle dazzle on it. It was, a good conversation. They were able to have this conversation without a lot of screaming and hollering and carrying on. Monica also took the time to apologize to her for the big outburst between her and her mom at the Greek Easter brunch. And I got all teary-eyed again because Mana explained to her that she thought it was beautiful what Angie did at her house. She loved the kids' table, and she said, that's something that she never had growing up, and it's something that her children don't have, especially since her and her husband's divorce. And she said before they had her husband's side of the family and they could do all those family activities. And I thought to myself, what happened? What made you spend 18 months sleeping with your husband's brother-in-law and then, blowing your family up? What is that story? What's behind all of it? Angie was very kind and she told her, it's okay. I'm sorry that you're having such a hard time with your mother. And she says, her mom died when she was 8 years old and she has spent her entire life wishing to have a mom. Then to find out that, Monica's mom is so crazy. And that's the thing. Moms mean the world to us. And if you have a really good mom, it's like winning the lottery. It really is. And I am truly sorry about what's happening between Monica and her mom. The only thing that I can say is I believe that Monica needs to completely separate from her mom. I think that her mom needs therapy, Monica needs therapy, and she might want to get her children into therapy as well because of so many things that are going on within this family. I don't advocate for families to break up, but I do think sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder and you need a little separation. I would hope that after some therapy and some time apart that Monica and her mom may be able to get back together, at least enough to go to therapy together and see what they can fix. But at this point, the way her mother behaves, this is a no-go. This is, please do not show up to my house. Do not don my door because you will not get in, period. And it's crazy because I'm not a big fan of Angie K, but it was a really nice moment. Angie was extremely supportive, and I think that off camera, Angie K is probably a lovely person. She's probably very kind and very giving, and she's just doing a lot because she wants to hang on to her snowflake. Whitney and Justin have decided that they are going to get their daughter Bobby a golf cart for her 13th birthday. And I said, my goodness, this is really exciting. When I was 13, I would have loved a little golf cart. Whitney says that with her having her own golf cart, she could drive her brother to school and she could also do errands. And I said, well, this is one hell of a neighborhood. The school is right here in the neighborhood. You could just drop him off on your golf cart, stop by your local Dwayne Reed, pick up a few items from your local Kroger or Walmart, all on your golf cart. I mean, that's interesting. It really is. I would love, to ride around their neighborhood. I think that's super cute. I also thought it was cute how they laid out those torches and painted them. However, it was a little odd that they only painted them on one side. So when they got to the party, Lisa was trying to move it around so you could only see the painted side. I don't know why they didn't just let the one side dry and then roll them, and then do it again. I don't know. I would have done that. Anyway, I probably wouldn't, honey. I'd have asked somebody else because I have zero craftsmanship. Zero. You should see some of my home renovations that I tried to DIY. There was tears. There was tears. I'm not kidding. I mean, I had to pay somebody to come and fix it. I should have just did that to start. Anyway, this is not about me or my bad craftsmanship. I thought I was Bob Vila. Anyway, moving on. Whitney, she is such an idiot. Whitney tells Lisa that she decided to invite everybody to Bobby's party except for Mary. And then she goes in and says, I don't think she likes me. You think? The woman has told you at least 32 times that she doesn't like you. She kept it plain. She said, I don't like you, bobblehead. Grow up, little girl. Like, how many times do you? She called you and Heather inbred. I think it's clear, Whitney, she doesn't like you. Stop kissing Mary's butt. You don't need Mary's friendship. Seriously. Whitney tells Lisa that she feels really bad for Monica. Monica's in this abusive relationship. And Lisa, honey, now listen. These last few episodes, you have really let us know who you are. First, you were yelling and screaming at the people at the tanning place, and you thought that was cute, demanding service. They had to show you the door and then send you a nice letter letting you know you were no longer allowed on the premises. I can't stand her. Then you made those suspect comments about Colombia and the people of Colombia, which I don't understand how you're getting away with that bullshit. Okay. And then your comments about Monica's situation. One thing that Lisa said that is true. Abused people can become abusive. That is true. I have to agree with that. But for Lisa to try to hold Monica to a whole nother standard is ridiculous to me. You're so angry at Monica because she spread a rumor. You have been a part of spreading rumors. You have definitely been a part of adding a little to a rumor, putting a little razzle dazzle on it, and running back and telling somebody else. And I think that Lisa's views of she thinks Monica is lying, I think that it was extremely insensitive. I think it was disgusting. And I think that it's really deplorable that you don't know the situation, you haven't heard the situation, you just outright called this woman a liar. I think Lisa is somebody who is very smug, she's privileged, she's an elitist, and she's mean-spirited. Her behavior was absolutely deplorable when it comes to Monica and her abuse. I am not team Lisa Barlow. In my opinion, because Monica called her out on being selfish and elitist and absolutely self-centered, at that moment she decided that Monica is written off. She will no longer socialize with Monica, and she will do everything she can to bring her down. That is my opinion. She says she doesn't feel bad for Monica. Monica is an awful person. She thinks Monica is making this up. And, all of this is because she doesn't appreciate that Monica was talking about Angie and Sean's marriage. Like she never talked about anybody's marriage. You didn't talk about Meredith and Meredith and Steph's marriage, Meredith's children, her business. Come on now. And Heather and Meredith meet up for drinks. And Heather is still using Jack Barlow for a storyline, and I'm just not here for it. You know, Heather, we have heard about you being a Mormon for 4 seasons now. We have heard about you being a bad Mormon for 4 seasons now. We have heard about this book for 2 seasons now. If you can't come with something else, I don't want to be bothered. Like, I have been Team Heather Gay from the jump, but this is getting to be ridiculous. You don't want to be a part of the church. You are now referring to the church as a cult, and you're not happy about Jack going around all over the world, Colombia, spreading the news about your alleged cult. I get it. I really do. Nobody wants people to be indoctrinated into something that they believe is a cult. That is true. But this is not your business. Just because you have stepped out of this religion does not mean that Lisa and her family have to. They are allowed to make up their minds and do whatever it is that they want to do. This is the walk that Jack has decided to take. And if he changes his mind later and decides that this isn't what he wants and then requests to speak to you, that is something that can happen then. But at this point, stop using them for a storyline. This is not about you, Heather. Let it go. When Heather talking about Lisa's an East Coast Mormon, I thought that was hilarious because Meredith said, "What? Is there a difference between East Coast and West Coast Mormons?" And, Heather says, well, Lisa's got a hip pastor that allows her to wear strapless dresses and sell tequila. I thought that was hilarious as hell. And I don't care what Lisa says and her yes man husband, Jack Barlow, says. There is no way that she is walking up into the Mormon temple in that strapless dress without having, her shoulders and her back covered up. Maybe that is why she said she's not allowed entry into the beautiful temples. Maybe she hasn't gotten that far in her walk. Maybe it's because she's not wearing the garments and covering up her arms and she's selling the tequila. I have no idea, but I agree with Heather. Lisa is in some other kind of Mormon religion. It's not the same thing that Heather was in. Maybe Heather was just in deep and Lisa's just, putting her little pinky toe in. I don't know. All I do know is that it's not Heather's business. Heather, to me, just seems to be hurt. She is very hurt because Lisa gets to be half in and still claim that she's a Mormon. And Heather was all the way in, high in ranking, going to the beautiful temples. And now they don't want to be bothered with her at all. I think she's hurt by it, and she has every right to be sad and hurt about it, but you have no business in Lisa and Jack's business. Whitney's daughter, Bobby, was adorable. When she was getting her makeup done, she didn't know if she could talk. Then afterwards, they had jazzed up her eyebrows, and she said, "Oh my God, I've got eyebrows." She was super cute. And listen, I'm not somebody who gets makeovers a lot, but I have gone on girls' trips and we all chipped in and got glam. And honey, listen, I thought that I was so cute. Let me just tell you, I looked at myself a lot, and that's probably vain, but I was just so excited because I hadn't seen myself, beat like that. And then, when we got back home, I didn't want to wash it off, but I did because, it's good hygiene. Anyway, how did we get there? Moving on here. So everybody's getting ready to go to Bobby's party, right? And Heather's getting ready and she calls Angie, and Angie drops a dime and says, "Hey, Jack's going to Colombia on his mission. Lisa announced it at the brunch." And Heather gets all upset. "What brunch? What brunch? Who was all there? Who was at the brunch?" And she says, "Well, it was just a few, Lisa's family and me and Sean and, Whitney and Justin. That was it. Heather's all upset by this. And I said to myself, Heather, every time you talk to Lisa, you talk to her about how upset and how disturbed you are about Jack going on this mission. Why in Sam hell would she ever invite you? I just wouldn't. I'm not going to invite you to this family get together to celebrate my child and his mission if you're going to be sitting over here with your pouty face on thinking that he's all wrong and he's indoctrinating people into a cult. No, if you are not here to celebrate this child and what he is doing, you are not invited, ma'am." One thing I noticed, Meredith wasn't at the table. We didn't see Meredith and Seth. And I said, "Oh, So Meredith and Seth, were they not invited or could they just not make it? That was interesting. Now, honey, we get to Bobby's party. Lisa says the same thing. She didn't invite Heather just because Heather has not been supportive of Jack's mission, which is understandable. Heather did not need to come. Meredith was invited to Bobby's party, but, you know, she showed up for a few minutes just to drop off a little gift, and then she jetted out of there. She said, you know, she's not here for the crap. All of her kids are grown and out of the house, and you know, she's not skating. She just had this bad accident. Okay, I'm just guessing. You know, not only that, she's not really in the best space with all of these ladies. Angie, Lisa, obviously, and you know, Whitney. So girl, drop off the gift and go on. Actually, I would have sent my gift by Heather. Monica gets there and her and Heather have a conversation, and Heather, you know, she's a part of the gossip meal. She asks Monica, she says, how does Lisa know everything about you and your mom's relationship? I thought you and Lisa, you know, weren't talking, and I'm paraphrasing. And she says, I don't know how she would know. I didn't tell her anything about me and my mom's relationship. Heather said, well, Whitney told her. It just comes right out. And she says, well, Whitney told her, and she says that she thinks that you are making it all up, that you are embellishing. And this instantly puts Monica in a bad mood, and she's ready to rip Lisa's head off. Monica says Lisa is so obsessed with her. She said if Lisa can't keep her name out of her mouth, she should be choking on it right now. And she's just old and bitter. I said, oh my God, please don't call people old and bitter. I have no idea how old Lisa Barlow is, but please don't call people old. Makes me feel old too. Next thing you know, here comes Lisa roller skating over, jumping in the conversation. Honey, listen, she didn't get too long because Monica asked her right out front, what exactly was it that you were saying? What did I embellish? And Lisa at first tries to act like she's shocked. She wouldn't say something like that. She didn't say anything like that. Then she says, well, you know, I was just being a little snarky. It was just a little snarky comment. No, you were being absolutely rude and disgusting. You weren't being snarky. No, ma'am. Then the next thing you know, Monica's trying to explain her relationship with her mom with Lisa. And I'm saying to myself, no, ma'am. Why are you trying to explain your relationship with your mom to this girl? She doesn't get an explanation. She doesn't deserve an explanation. It is not her business. She is judging you right now. Pay her dust. That's what I was thinking. I would have been out on the skating rink floor twirling around with my children. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We've got a night of free skating with free skate rentals and all this Dr. Pepper. No, ma'am. We are out here rocking and rolling, okay? No, ma'am. I have no time for Lisa Barlow in her cute outfit. No, ma'am. Then Lisa starts asking her questions. Well, I was wondering how your relationship was with her. Does she in your life? Does she take care of your kids? If I was Monica, I would have told her that is none of your damn business. You are not worried about my relationship with my mom. I embellished. I'm lying. I'm making it up. I'm aggressive. Get the hell up out of here. Monica says, well, why don't you ask my kids? Lisa says, well, I'm not going to ask your kids. She said, well, why not? Because you don't believe me. Maybe you need to hear it from a 5-year-old. I said, oh God, not the 5-year-old. This girl is over here trying to get some candy. Leave these kids the hell alone. Do not ruin another child's happy day. You already ruined it at the Greek Easter, dragging them out of there. Come on, we're leaving. Don't do that here at the skating rink. Lisa all of a sudden becomes a victim. You're raising your voice. You're raising your voice at me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Her voice was level and calm for a change. And not only that, if her voice was loud, you're in the middle of a skating rink. You know what I mean? People are loud at the rink. I mean, it was just too much. Lisa is full of shit. She was just trying to use Monica's attitude as a reason to just jump up and walk away because she didn't want to be held accountable for the BS that was coming out of her mouth at Whitney's house. Monica then calls Lisa a 50-year-old wannabe. Lisa starts screaming, you want to be me. And then she says something about you want to have my, and I don't know what she said. Then she made some kind of comment about Monica carrying around fake Chanel. You know what, Lisa, you are tone deaf to the world. You are tone deaf to society. She is just deplorable. I am so sick of this woman acting as if the world owes her something and that everybody on that cast should circle around her. Everybody should be at her beck and call because she's so damn superior. Girl, if you don't get the hell on, So then we see Lisa having a conversation with John, and then she's telling him how upset she was with Monica, and she's upset with Angie because Angie was talking to Monica. And I'm sitting there thinking, girl, this is fourth grade. This is fourth grade. This is me in fourth grade getting upset with my friend Melody for being friends with this other girl. I was so devastated. I was devastated. Melanie was my friend. Anyway, that's what Lisa is given. You are given fourth grade Pia. Okay, grow all the way to hell up. Angie should be able to be friends with whoever the hell she wants to be friends with. In the middle of this conversation, she gets a text message and then totally blocks her husband out. He's trying to talk to her. John Barlow, please grab your balls. Get yourself a life. This is ridiculous. You are at this woman's beck and call 24/7. Even though you're married to somebody does not mean that you have to stop living. Does not mean that you don't have your own life. Does not mean that you can't do you. Please find something to do. Damn it, he's getting on my nerves just like Lisa. So Whitney has this jewelry line premiere. She has invited everybody, but Heather can't make it because her daughter's going to prom. And, Meredith's not coming. I don't know if Meredith isn't coming because she's still pissed off at Whitney or if she has to work. Maybe she's upset because Whitney has these other people designing jewelry and putting her name on it. I don't know. Anyway, when Angie arrives, she's trying to have a conversation with Lisa, and Lisa cuts her off, interrupts her 2 times and says, "Let me talk. Let me tell you," while pointing at the same time with her finger up in this woman's face. I said, wait a minute. Angie, I know that you like to kiss a little ass because you were aiming for the snowflake, but you got it now. You know what I mean? You got it now. I don't know if she knew she had it at the time for this scene or not, but snowflake or not, back 50 feet before I whoop your ass. Now listen, I tell you, I do not condone violence, but you are not about to tell me to be quiet so that you can talk and then point your finger in my face. You will get popped. You will get popped. I will give you one warning. Back up and don't talk to me like that, and watch your tone when you're talking to me. And we're in public, so I'm going to try to be nice to you. You get that one warning. But if you do it again, like Lisa did, she did it multiple times, I would have popped her right in the middle of her forehead. And then I would have told her, step close to me again and see what else gets popped. I don't play those kind of games. Angie, listen. You don't have to take this mess. I'm just saying, I thought that was rude. I choose violence when you come at me crazy like that. It was just ridiculous. Get your hands out of this woman's face and talking to her crazy like this. So Angie goes over and talks to Monica. She tells Monica, listen, I feel like I'm in the middle between you and Lisa. And Monica says, no, you're not in the middle between me and Lisa. That's you and Lisa's problem. That sounds like a Lisa problem. Lisa has put you in the middle of us. Honey, Lisa goes storming off. She wants to tell Whitney all about it. Oh my God. Angie pulled me to the side and she went to talk to me about Monica. Whitney said, I've got a speech to make. No, ma'am. And she leaves Lisa sitting at the table. Lisa gets all upset. She goes to shaking that hair and drinking that Diet Coke. She is ticked because Whitney didn't give her all of her attention. This is not about you. This is Whitney's event. Next thing you know, the woman is up there trying to give her speech. Here goes Lisa and Monica. Listen, these 2 women behave like 2 children. 2 children. But I'm going to tell you right now, Monica ate Lisa up. I mean, Lisa was unhinged. She was acting a fool. She was the loudest out of the both of them. But Monica laid her to rest. I said, oh my gosh. Listen, Lisa tried to tell her how to behave. Monica tells her, you're acting like my mom. Lisa makes this comment and she says, nobody wants to be your mom, clearly. Honey, that right there would have got her smacked. Another pop. I'm sorry, peeps. I know I don't condone violence, but I would have popped her for that. It just took me all the way back to when Marlo told Kenya that nasty comment about her mother. And I said, you don't want to go low like that. Do you, Lisa Barlow? You going that low? In the middle of Whitney's speech, Monica makes some kind of comment about how Whitney has amazing legs. Lisa gets all upset. She leans over farther away from Angie. And then when Angie tries to comfort her, she's like, don't touch me, don't touch me. I mean, moving over, just acting like a child. I said, well, what the hell is she doing? All of this is happening in the middle of the sound bath. Before you know it, Whitney is like, be quiet, Lisa Barlow, like on the microphone. I'm like, oh my gosh, yo, girl, you was just called out over the microphone. Shut your mouth up. All the screaming, all the hollering, the back and forth. Monica said that Lisa was old and bitter. Lisa came running back over there. She's screaming and hollering, talking about, Angie's older than me, and so is Meredith, and so is Heather. Then Monica says, yeah, but you wear it. And she says, I'm natural. And then calls Monica the Pillsbury Dough girl. I said, oh my God, I am so sick of you. Then you see Whitney, who is getting very angry right in the middle of this sound bath. Whitney whispers to her co-designers. She says, should I ask them to leave? Hell yeah. Girl, you should have been asked them to leave. Or you should have eyed your husband and told him to ask them to leave. This is ridiculous. Angie is sitting there taking all of Lisa's crap. Lisa is trying to overtalk Monica. It is not working. Then when she tries to tell Angie to be quiet or something, Monica jumps in and tells Angie, no ma'am, you don't have to accept that. You don't let her talk to you like that. You are a grown woman. You can say whatever you want to say when you want to say it. Lisa was really acting a fool. Monica then calls Lisa a tramp stamp. She says, because you're always seeking attention everywhere you go. Honey, now listen. Lisa was dead then. Like, she was laid to rest. She was casket sharp. I mean, it was just too much. You know, the thing with Lisa is she's a narcissist. She wants everybody to pay attention to her. She wants everything to be about her. She is very dismissive, condescending, and she does not care. This was Whitney's big day, and it did not bother her one bit that she was acting a fool and embarrassing Whitney. Even after this whole thing, she goes over to whine and complain to Whitney instead of saying, Whitney, I am so sorry for my behavior. I mean, I was just very upset with Lisa. I mean, it's really hurtful to be an abused person and then you tell somebody and they don't believe you. Lisa should know better. Then Lisa kept saying over and over again, it's not that deep. You know what? The problem is you're not that deep. You're about as deep as a puddle, Lisa Barlow. That's the problem. You showed so much anger and upset when they talked about the blowies for jazz tickets, when you lost your ring, but you had no emotions over the fact that this woman is being emotionally abused. I'm sick of Lisa Barlow. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.